A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a lively session on GETI Talks this morning. My name is Shilpi. I'm the Relationship Manager with the Global Education and Training Institute. And to give you a warm feeling this morning, I have somebody from Hyderabad, and her name is Miss Caroline Diana Ross. She is the principal of Springfields International School in Hyderabad, Telangana. Ma'am has an entire career of more than 17 years in the field of education. She has also, conducted tours to many countries and international trips. And she has also conducted competitive exams like NEET, JEE, CTET, and AISSCE, and also along with it UPSC. And these are some of her significant achievements, including a gold medal in French and commerce and a certificate of recognition, excellence in education from Ministry of HRD, Government of India. She secured the third prize in All India Essay Writing Competition for teachers by the Viva Education. And ma'am, also she is a postgraduate in commerce. So, ma'am, welcome so much to our show. And I know what the topic that we were going to discuss, or you're going to speak upon, is education and its role in personality development. Because this is what we were talking offline also, how education has been affected in this pandemic, and how children have become so relaxed and lethargy during this time. So, education, coming to school, interacting with teachers and all, how does it actually bring about a change in your personality, is something that ma'am is going to talk about. So ma'am, over to you.
Thank you so much, Shilpi, and a very good morning to one and all listening to me. Thank you for that introduction as well. That was very nice of you. Today we are all here because of the education we have. I'd like to quote a famous quote from Nelson Mandela. He said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." This sentence, it perfectly depicts the importance of education. A proper and good education is very important for all of us. It facilitates quality learning all through life. The right education is one of the most critical determinants of success for both individuals and society. Individuals who are highly educated with both character and competence earn more, are healthier, and are more likely to contribute to society, to civic organizations, whereas individuals with lower amounts of education are more likely to commit crimes, suffer unemployment, default on loans, and be unhappy. So education, it gives the knowledge of character, strength, social conduct, and a platform to earn success and self-respect. It improves your standing in society. It makes you feel good about yourself. It allows you to put forth your ideas more eloquently. It provides a firm foundation for a career. It allows you to always enhance your repertoire. It provides many opportunities. And in the end, it plays an important role in your financial success. Since the dawn of culture and values in civilization of mankind, education became the means of cultivating wisdom by acquiring the necessary knowledge which helps in facing challenges of different stages of life and for the welfare of society. Education with and without values makes a huge difference in the learning and personality development of an individual. For example, you take a terrorist. He may be having knowledge of creating bombs, making bombs, using different gadgets, but he lacks empathy. He lacks that human trait that would be required for the benefit of society. He gets into evil ideologies and cannot differentiate between the right and wrong. So values make life meaningful and lively. The concern of any parent today is how to make their children realize their dreams in life. The race for a good education starts the day a child turns 2 and does not end till the child enters college. With the Indian economy becoming global year after year, the competition to secure a seat in the best schools has become even more severe. There comes the necessity to develop character and competence. There are many institutions which are focused more on student pass percentage and, and are unmindful of overall personality development, which is needed for employability. But today, many elite institutions are grooming students for the global market and are even successful at doing it. I'll quote Albert Einstein, who explained about personality development. And I quote, "The personality that finally emerges is largely formed by the environment in which a man happens to find himself during his development, by the structure of the society in which he grows up, by the traditions of the society, and by its appraisal of particular types of behavior." Thus, you see, personality development is a lifelong process, and having the right education makes a huge difference. There are different dimensions to personality development. There would be mental development, social development, spiritual development, emotional and physical development. Unfortunately, our traditional education system was built upon specific measurable parameters, which we call the exam system. However, the non-cognitive aspects of human nature were not measured nor given much importance. Social and emotional competence is important for academic and occupational success. Healthy social and emotional skills can reduce the chances of risky behaviors and prepare children for the challenges of life. Today, we live in a disrupted world which is changing continuously, and hence we require a disrupted education to mold the personality of tomorrow's citizens. Education must supply the world with capable people who can work, think, and be relevant in the digital world they will work in. Disruptive education is therefore that which intends to break with the established model to improve the existing one. And many experts think the change is both necessary and urgent because the current system is anachronistic. In other words, it's still anchored in the last century and falls short of addressing the needs of today's generation. Today we live in a digital era, and we need to aim at developing the cognitive and the non-cognitive domain for holistic development. The world is moving at lightning speed, and that requires curious, flexible, and proactive people. It's very important that we focus on the development of the whole person, that is, developing them intellectually, spiritually, and ethically. The whole person education today embraces the intellectual breadth and values of liberal arts, while accommodating challenges, opportunities, and traditions distinctive to the cultures, societies, and institutions where it takes root, while fostering critical thinking and challenging students to draw their own conclusions. The future of work promises to be more nebulous and fast changing than the world we inhabit today, with a much larger jig in the economy. It shall therefore need an agile workforce, which can quickly adapt to changing labor force requirements. Choosing the right educational path will help develop life skills such as communication and public speaking, emotional intelligence, interpersonal relationships, norms for social behavior such as manners and etiquette, fitness of the mind and body through yoga and meditation, problem solving and critical thinking skills, assertiveness, leadership and team building, self empowerment and management. I was reading the paper this morning and I came across an article of an interview of Bharat Goel, who had scored a 99.6 percentile in a verbal dimension, or the verbal, what do you say, the verbal section of the CAT exam. And he scored a 99.88% percentile in quantitative ability and a 99.99 percentile in data interpretation and logical reasoning. And what he said was that for me, my success, I owe it to communication. He says communication is the key in today's age. The educational experiences that one has will nurture the overall trait of adaptability in an individual. It is very essential that we as educationists bring that change in today's citizens. We are training them for the future, and the development of their interpersonal and intrapersonal skills is of utmost importance. Content is everywhere, they don't need it, but the ability to face the challenges of today's world is of utmost importance, and that happens only from education. So I believe that the educational experiences play an important role in shaping the personality trait and development during young adulthood, and also provides some of the strongest evidence to that education contributes to personality development. Thank you so much, Shilpi. Over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. I was very keenly listening to your speech. And I also want to understand when you say cognitive development and personality development with education. So, do particular fields have their influences, or is it are you talking about the education as a whole? Is it
I'm
like
talking.
the choices that the children make when they choose?
I'm talking of education as a whole. The educational institutions that they choose make a difference. The kind of path that one chooses, or the place where one chooses to be educated, to gain that
Yeah.
knowledge. Now, see, I was researching recently, and I saw there's a lot of everybody shifting to online education. People think that just by hearting and passing an exam, you become qualified.
Yeah.
But what they lack is the skill necessary for that job. So it's very important that we have hands-on experience. We solve cases. You do so having face-to-face interactions is very, very important. I also came across a person recently who said that he's an engineer, but he didn't succeed in a job interview because all his life he grew up in a very secluded environment where he was made to sit in one place and just study. But he had no time, or was never given the opportunity to interact with people, never given the opportunity to face life's experiences.
Yeah.
And hence, when he actually went for a job interview, he couldn't face the interviewer. So these skills are more important. Content today is available at the click of a button. You don't really need it. All you need to have basic knowledge, but you don't have to by heart pages and pages of a book. But the ability to use technology, the ability to connect, to feel, and to make people comfortable around you, that's what's more important.
Right. So, okay. So you mean to say that education, like I just wanted people to understand Also, even like I'm just trying to build upon what you have spoken, that education is that not just the thing that it will help you to groom your personality because you're getting literate. Education,
Absolutely.
that is what you meant to say in your speech, is that every education is overall thing, that not just the books that you read, and not just the reading and writing skills, but your interaction. You're coming to school, you're mixing up with the children, you're mixing up with teachers, and trying to adjust in those environments. That overall is education. So skills that we acquire, skills that are there innate in us, and that is what education helps overall to groom and enhance in us. So thank you, Vance. Yeah, anything else would you like to add to it?
That's what I said. It's the overall education focus on the development of the core skills of the 21st century.
Yes.
And normally around the world, it's considered the 4 C's, but in our institution, we actually have 5 C's. We have added a fifth
Mhm.
C called character, along with
Yes, yes.
communication,
I was
critical
I was coming to
thinking.
that.
Yes,
I was
yes.
coming to that. Yeah, because
So
that came to my mind, that character, and which comes from divinity, getting closer to God, which parents usually these days are not emphasizing at home. For them,
that's true.
getting spiritual is not a part of the personality. I mean, it's okay if you are spiritual, and if it's okay if you are not. So, therefore, I believe that is what school also does. Developing that kind of little bit of spirituality in the children, and making them realize that this is very important. Wealth is lost, nothing is lost, character is lost, everything is lost. So
Absolutely.
thank you so much, ma'am, and it was such a lively discussion, and I loved it. So
My
hoping to
pleasure.
see you, hoping to see you at the Ed Leadership Conference soon to come. I
Definitely.
take your
Yes.
leave. Thank you so
Thank you
much for
so
being on
much.
the show.
Thank you,
You're
Shilpi.
welcome.
Have a great day. Thank you,
You
everyone.
too. You too.